Alright, this is part two to that is a sequel of my first video. Alright, I believe I left off on the last one about donating to meaningful charities such as Compassion, which is a religious organization that focuses solely on helping children all over the world, not just in Africa. They help people all over the world, children. They give them food, school, everything that they don't already have. And African Angels, which focuses completely on just African children, not just in Uganda, all over Africa, and all the impoverished regions, and all the places where they don't even have a middle class, and all the places that don't have all the technology and supplies and natural resources that we in America have. Or I shouldn't say just in America, and most places in Europe or in South America, or places that have a legitimate middle class, and places that are first world countries don't have. Alright. See, where was I? Sorry if I skip up a little bit. I had to write a script prior to this so I don't just forget what I'm saying in the middle. Alright. I left off saying that you need to support really, like, honestly truthful organizations that are completely non-profit instead of Invisible Children, which keeps around 60% of the profit for themselves. Now, people need to really focus on everything that's going around the world instead of just this one thing that hasn't even happened for 6 years. I believe I already said stuff about Syria and how people die every day there, and how you guys really need to focus on that because that's a lot more important than this, to be honest. And that you need to focus on everything that's going on in all the rest of Africa, the stuff that's going on in like places like even in America, stuff's going on like gang violence. Like our youth is doing drugs and joining gangs, and people just shrug it off that they're just hoodlums and they're not getting anywhere in life, and they could be somewhere in life if you guys would just put your attention towards your own community instead of accepting useless propaganda that's fed to you daily all the time. You shouldn't base your beliefs on one YouTube video that was put up by a guy that you don't even know. You guys didn't even know where Uganda was 3 days ago, and because some guy told you that it was bad there, you believed him. I mean, if that video was made by some random guy that didn't have professional editing skills, I mean, this guy's he's a filmmaker, he's a producer. If he didn't have those professional video making skills, like if he couldn't really make propaganda, if he couldn't make it look professional, then you would have just shrugged it off as some random guy trying to get YouTube views. Which is actually what he is. He's a random guy that wants to get YouTube videos, but he hides that fact in the fact that he's in an organization that he's in a business. Remember that I said business. He tries to use a sob story to hide the fact that he's trying to make a profit. And a lot of you are gonna say, like, you don't know that he only wants to make a profit. You don't know that they don't actually want to help. You don't know this and you don't know that. And you're right, I don't know. But if you don't know, if you don't completely agree with what I've said, then you haven't been paying attention to anything. You've just been accepting what he tells you blindly and buying things and giving money to someone and thinking that you're helping someone when you're not. I mean, if you want to help someone, what's so important about this one thing? Seriously, like there's other, I mean, African Angels helps people in Uganda too, and they're one of the relief efforts that helps rebuild after all the damage that's been done by the LRA. And they give a lot of their money. I'm not sure exactly what percentage, but I know it has to be above 50% based on what I've read on their website and what I've read from their fund usage. They put a good amount of their money towards it, and so does Compassion, because Compassion is a religious organization, and even if you're not religious, and even if you just want to look like a good guy, donate to one of them. I mean, if you're really a good guy, like if you're a good person, you don't even tell people that you're donating. You just donate, like give money, you know. You don't try to get popular off of doing something that you believe that you should have already been doing, right? And to the people that can't afford to donate money, I'm not saying that you're bad people because you can't afford to do it, but don't do nothing and try to act like you're doing something by liking a Facebook page or watching a YouTube video or writing Kony 2012 all over fucking Twitter or Facebook or Tumblr or whatever you use. Just don't claim to be a good guy if you're not doing anything. And that's what I was saying in my first video. And I think I said that a little too angrily, which made people think that I was a complete asshole, which I'm not arguing that I'm not. I completely agree that I'm a bad guy. I'm not a good person. I'm not an activist. Uh, I wouldn't say I'm a complete asshole, but people think I'm an asshole because I don't buy into everything that I see. And I don't agree with most of the public's ideals because it's just a lot of the things you guys buy into are stupid, and if you think about it, you realize that. Like this. None of you are doing your research, you're just listening to him, and you're just blindly following what he's saying in that video. You're being fooled. He's using you. You guys are his tools. Anyways, what I guess I've been trying to get at is please do not donate to invisible children because they are scamming you and they are doing something that should be illegal, but it's not because they're donating some of their money to a good cause, which I'm not saying isn't a good cause because it is. They're helping people, but they're really not helping the right areas. They're not helping in the right places. They're not doing the stuff that should be really important. I mean, Africa, I'm not saying that it's completely unhelpable, but it's been fucked up for hundreds of years, and it's going to continue to be fucked up for hundreds of years, and stopping this one guy isn't going to help it. That's like, let's think of an example. That's like killing one wolf in a pack and expecting the rest not to go after their prey. You know? It's like killing the queen bee and expecting all the other bees just to die. Right? Like, they replace the queen bee. There's always going to be a bad guy, and America's always going to want there to be a bad guy. We're always going to want someone to target and blame for other people's problems or our problems so that we look like the good guys, so that we stay the superpower. So it's just, that's what Americans are led to believe. That's what everybody's led to believe, that their countries are good and genuinely great. And to be honest, that's what Hitler told the Germans during World War II. They all thought that they were doing the right thing, that they were trying to advance humanity. And they obviously weren't. And I'm sure they realized that after someone brought some sense to them, which is exactly what I'm trying to do to you all. So don't donate to this organization. Just, if you're gonna donate, even if you're just trying to look like the good guy, donate to somewhere that's trustworthy, like the charities that I previously mentioned, which I'll post links in the description below to those charities if you really want to help someone. And I guess if you want to prove me to be an asshole, or if you think that I'm just completely disregarding your efforts, then whatever. Call me a fat ass in the description. Say that I'm an asshole. It doesn't bother me at all. And if your only argument against me is saying that I'm fat and I shouldn't make videos, then just say it. I don't care. It doesn't bother me in the least bit. And I'm running out of time again, so if you're gonna flip out, like, make a video response. I at least want to see you talk about it instead of you just typing down something. So donate to reasonably honest charities, not to invisible children, please. People that just want to look good are still assholes, which is most of you, and anybody can claim to be a good guy, so I'm not going to call anyone specifically an asshole or a poser, because I don't personally know you. And I should have said that in my last video. I don't personally know you, but just know that I think that most of you are assholes. And I think that most of you are posers. Not all, but most. Remember that I said that. So think about what I've said, and have a nice night.